Hello. Hello everyone. My name is Jaynti Kanani and I'm a founder and CEO at Matic. So at Matic, so basically Matic is scalability solution for Ethereum. We build a plasma-based sidechain for Ethereum, and we are EVM compatible. For now, like we have ERC20 and ERC21 state transfer plasma secured on sidechain. For other state, you can use directly proof of stake kind of security. Here, I'm gonna explain like how you can use Plasma and Matic to swap assets on sidechain and make it very fast for your dApps. So before I jump into the swap, I just want to give quick overview of architecture of Matic. So we have like so basically sidechain is basically simple as a parallel blockchain to the Ethereum blockchain, and after certain interval, multiple validators who are validating the sidechain will push the checkpoints, a kind of hash of the multiple blocks on the Ethereum chain. So let's say if you have like 10 blocks on the sidechain, after 15 seconds, after 15 minutes, it will have, like say 1024 blocks on the sidechain. All the validators will just validate all the blocks on the sidechains and create a Merkle root of blocks and pushes on the Matic chain, on the Ethereum chain. The thing is that the contract which interact with Matic chain on the it remains on the Ethereum chain, and whenever you want to move your assets from the Ethereum chain to Matic chain, you deposit and you kind of make a deposit transaction on the Ethereum chain and transfer your tokens to one contract on the Ethereum chain, and the validators basically mint those tokens on the Matic chain. So now user who deposited on the Ethereum chain will have tokens, ERC20 tokens on the side chain on their addresses, and then they just transfer or interact with the Matic chain with the tokens directly without any waiting for like Ethereum block confirmation, etc. And and whenever they want to withdraw the tokens from the Ethereum chain to from Matic chain to Ethereum chain, they basically provide a proof on the Ethereum chain against the checkpoints, recent checkpoint. So it's pretty basically it defines like plasma framework, and plasma framework is basically nothing but like a kind of a framework where it says even if the whole sidechain stops or fails, you can go on the Ethereum chain and withdraw your tokens by providing a proof on a contract. So thing is that we changed Plasma a little bit to provide EVM compatible Plasma. So for that we need to add multiple things at the receipt level. So EVM, I don't know if you all know the EVM, how EVM works. So basically it has like a receipt in transactions, and where you can define the data for as kind of logs. And what we did is like creating a simple input output kind of UTXO model on the receipt, and with the receipt you can actually have like Plasma kind of framework in the EVM. So why we are actually using Plasma, because it's very secure, and if the whole sidechain fails, you can actually go on the Ethereum chain and get your data out of it. We also have like proof of stake layer, multiple validators, so we don't operate on single operator. It means like we have like good liveness and data availability available for our data on the sidechain. So even if let's say one or two validators goes malicious, your data will be secure, and you don't have to exceed from the Matic chain. Now let's say as I said, like we just use some of the state as a Plasma secured. So one of them is like ERC20 and S21, but we also provide a way to swap those assets on the sidechain. So thing is that we have like a way, we need to change ERC20 standard a little bit to make it work. Before I jump onto that, just the advantages of the asset swap is like, we deployed those asset swap features and on Matic beta mainnet like last September. You can use swap for like multiple ways, like NFT marketplace, decentralized exchanges, and yeah, you can get like robust security kind of Ethereum security directly on Matic. Yeah, and so now the thing is that some of the things, when you make some of the things you need to remember is that when you make a asset swap on the Matic chain, this is like how it works. It's a little bit different than the 0x swap on the Matic on the Ethereum chain, because we need to make sure you have like proper kind of proof you can create when you exit from the Matic chain. So here is a simple flow how asset swap will work on Matic. So let's say we have like buyer and the seller, and they just create order off chain. Off chain. When I say off chain here, it says like off chain to Matic. Like it's not on Matic. It's just offline to any blockchain. They just like peer to peer. It can be peer to peer. It just create a like buyer and seller just agrees on one particular asset, and they just create order out of chain, and then just say sign multiple sign signature on the both side. And then we have transfer with SIG method added in ERC20. So this method is basically introduced by Matic into the ERC20 standard. So it kind of extended the simple ERC20 token standard and added a transfer with SIG. And second method we introduce is this execute order. So basically, let's say both the signs the transactions kind of order a buyer and seller, and then they just call the execute order on the Matic side chain, a swap contract basically. Contract will just verify the signatures on the both side, and they just calls transfer with SIG on the both kind of assets. So let's say if you are transferring like ZRX with let's say some Matic tokens, both contract will have a transfer with SIG method on the both contracts, and execute contract on the marketplace swap contract. It will call both transfer with SIG method and just do the swap on the atomic way. And here we have like partial confirmation of 1 second, so that it looks like you are making a trade in 1 second. But actually it will happen like after a checkpoint goes on the Ethereum chain. So basically we have like kind of partial confirmation notion and the full finality on the Ethereum when checkpoint goes on the Ethereum. So we introduced the transfer with SIG primitive. Why? Because we can't use approve standard on ERC20, because it will have like, so let's say if you approve some tokens and then you make a multiple transactions and you try to exit with your older tokens, in that case approve will have some problems where you create approve on the Ethereum chain. So that's why we actually disabled approve on the ERC20 tokens contract on the Matic chain, and we just provide a way to transfer tokens with transfer with SIG. Because transfer account to account swaps are very provable, and both in both ERC20 and ERC21 you can use transfer with SIG method without any problem. And also after you make a transactions with using a signature, you can verify easily on the Ethereum chain when you exit, or you whenever you want to challenge any transfers on the Matic chain. And yeah, I mean, so basically we have like extensive doc here. Let me walk you through here. It has basically everything you need to create simple ERC20 swapping. So here, so basically we use EIP 712 for simple signature, and we have a transfer with SIG. So basically, transfer with SIG takes signature, amount, data, expiration. So basically, we also need expiration date for the signature, so people don't like misuse after like signing and after like say when they prove they just checks like expiration date is less than a block number or not, and then they just this is a simple kind of a check on the replay attacks where we need to make sure simple signatures don't get make a trade like multiple times. Then we just simple do the transfer form, and this transfer form internally will call transfer with seek for simple transfer or the tokens for you. Um, yeah. So for marketplace, so this method will be on the both contracts. So let's say if you are transferring or trading your ERC20 tokens to ERC21 token, both contract will have a similar same method. Instead of in ERC721, instead of amount, it will be like a simple ID, NFT ID. And for marketplace, it just simple marketplace. It will have a simple execute order method, and it will take 5 things basically. Data one, data two. Data one, data two is basically nothing but data of your orders. So basically, let's say in some cases, let's say ERC, if you are making a trade for ERC20 versus ERC20, you need to make sure you have like amount and the number of tokens in your data, in your order basically. And we have order ID, expiration date for the signatures, and who is the taker. So and yeah, so basically just calls a simple transfer with seek on the both contracts. This is the contract one, and this is the contract two, and this just checks, okay, hey, if both works exactly as expected, and then make a transfer, make a swap happen, right? And that's why this is a atomic simple swap, and you can always use our predicates for it, like and truffle using it. If you want to deploy your own contract, you can always go and deploy your own contract using Remix, and we have like particular docs at docs.matic.network. Yeah, and we also have so basically we just integrated Moibit as a data layer, data storage solutions on Matic. So if you want to have like a simple, one second. So basically, this is a decentralized storage which directly supports Matic out of the box. And if you want to, let's say, store some data, let's say marketplace assets, etc., you can use Moipit. And we have, we have a fully documentation for it as well. So basically, it's we have like multiple libraries. Let's say Moibit Matic, and we have like Matic.js SDKs where you can use directly to integrate with Matic swap contract, and you can we have like simple demo as well, and yeah, and you can actually interact with file systems directly here. We just initialize your file systems, and you can list and add files and data, and iterate among your files and data directly. Yeah. So and if you want to have like, if you are new to Matic network or Ethereum network, you can use 2-minute guide to get started on Matic. It will have like everything you need for testnet, faucet. We also like this will show how our deposit and withdraw works. You also, if you want to make a simple transfer on ERC20, you can use this simple ERC20 example and Matic.js SDK for it. Yeah, and this is our team giving a demo on how you can use Matic.js SDK directly on using SDKs on Matic. So yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, just, and yeah, of course we have like multiple future works on asset side. So we have like currently it just supports simple make and fill. We also gonna introduce partial fill off chain. We also gonna remove the front running problems on Matic. We also have gonna provide some kind of liquidity to avoid depositing from Ethereum chain to Matic chain. And we are also working on multiple UX based improvisations like meta transactions, one click flow, etc. Widgets, we also working on widgets where you don't have to worry about the deposit and withdraw on the Matic chain. Yeah, and yeah, that's it. Any question?
Any recommended transport layer for sending the signatures back and forth when they're doing signing?
I mean, we don't have like any P2P layer yet, but you can use any kind of Firebase for now. It will work. So you basically signing your data, so it won't be like a problem where someone else is using your order because you are signing. So it's a trustless. But yeah, of course, there are multiple P2P communication layer like Whisper is coming along, so you can use that. Yeah. Anything? Yeah.
Does your HTTP endpoint support a JSON RPC interface?
Yeah. Yeah, so basically, it's the same as the Ethereum JSON RPC. You can just yeah, it's a simple RPC and yes. So we actually changed get little bit consensus part and how it interacts with kind of Ethereum chain, because we need a data where you deposit your tokens in the Ethereum chain and you need to make sure you deposit it on the Ethereum chain, and after that you need to mint on the get node, right? You need to update the state on the get node. So we had to change a little bit on the get side, but mostly on the RPC side it's the same.
Can you give an example of how you lock on the Ethereum side and you mint on the Matic side, and then your chain gets reorged? Like, how do you ensure that reorgs are reflected on the Matic side?
Yeah, so basically what we do is we wait for some confirmation, like 12 confirmation, before we mint on the sidechain, because otherwise it's very difficult, where you need to know, let's say if you mint and you need to again burn and then mint again, it's very difficult. Yeah.
One
So
more question if nobody else has questions. The checkpoint, who triggers the checkpoint? Is that Matic who's triggering the checkpoint?
yeah,
Validators
yeah.
triggering the checkpoint?
So basically, we have let's say we have like 100 validators on the validator layer. After some time, we use Tendermint algorithm, right? Tendermint a simple consensus where they just choose proposer or leader after certain time, number of time. So what we do is, like, let's say if a person A has is a leader in this round to create for the proposing the checkpoint. After proposing one checkpoint, it will upgrade the next, select the next proposer for the checkpoint. Yeah, and everyone just agrees. Okay, hey, you are the leader. You can do the checkpoint. Yeah.
What was the last website that you opened? Tell me about decentralized storage.
Yeah. So basically, it's a simple decentralized storage systems on IPFS, which yeah. So this is a simple decentralized storage systems where you can actually use simple payment depending upon your storage, or you want to store something on the kind of orders. Let's say if you want to store orders on the storage, you can do that, and you can use Matic for the swap. And for the contracts, let me show you the root chain. So basically, root chain is a contract simple on the deployed on the Ethereum chain, which has kind of everything you need, like deposit manager. So it's just a deposit. You just call this deposit. So, so basically, you transfer your tokens to this contract, and the validator will check. Okay, hey, you deposited, and they just mint on the sidechain.
And you have
Yeah, for now, yes, yeah. So basically, we had an option where we thought about like why not create a dApp specific sidechain, but we realized that it's very difficult where to onboard users for your new dApp, right? And now let's say if you have like 5 dApps and one gets bigger, you people can go ahead and try the second dApp on the same chain without any problems and without UX problems, and it good for network effect. Plus, we have like composability on the same chain when we let's say interact with multiple kind of contracts. It's pretty cool, interesting, yeah. So we're starting with this one, and then we will let's say in the future if we have like multiple chain, but we have like same dApps on the multiple chains, yeah, something like that.
And if one of the dApps spams the Matic chain,
Yeah.
What is the precaution for to protect the performance of the other dApps?
Yeah, so it's a simple, it's the same as the, currently it's the same as the Ethereum,
So gas.
where it's a gas, yeah. Cool. That's it.
What's the average gas that you would compare to like the gas that would cost in Ethereum?
So basically, we don't fix any gas prices on the sidechain. The thing is that the checkpoint basically allows 65,000 transactions in one block. So if you let's say have like huge number of transactions in one block, your price will significantly decrease in that sense, right? Because validator will have good amount of fees in one block. So it up to the validators how much they will accept at certain point of time. So it will be like very well less than Ethereum, but yeah, I'm just saying, yeah. Yeah, kind of, yeah.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
Let's say you have a dApp that uses multiple tokens. Let's say you need ETH, and then you need wrap ETH, and then you need something else, for example. Would I have to, as a user, port all of these assets from my wallet on the main chain in order to use the dApp?
Yeah, so basically, currently, yes, answer is yes. But the thing is that you can actually improve by creating a liquidity pool on the Matic side where you just do this and get liquidity directly on Matic. Yeah. So we are working with Wire to onboard directly on Matic to for just let's say if you have USD and if you want like some wrap BTC or the ETH on the Matic chain, you can directly go on Wire and get that. Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay. Thank you.